The Behind Ears podcast crew would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support. Do you have a little one and need a stroller for your next Disney vacation? Then Kingdom Strollers has the stroller for you. They've got a great variety of well-maintained strollers that fit any need. Go to their website and check out the City Mini Double, the City Mini Single, or any one of their wide selection of great strollers. They also have crib and bedding rental as well. During every one of my Disney vacations, I can't go a couple of minutes without seeing a happy young guest in a Kingdom stroller that is followed by a parent that knows they made a great stroller rental decision. Want to see how Kingdom Strollers can help you? Go to their website at kingdomstrollers.com. That's kingdomstrollers.com. This is Mr. Chris, and I love a good cup of coffee anytime throughout the day. In fact, I like my coffee hot or cold, brewed in my single-serve pod coffee maker or in a French press. I even like my coffee both iced and even cold brewed. Regardless of how I decide to enjoy my Java, there is only one Java that I truly enjoy, and that is Expedition Roasters. Not only do I love their traditional brews such as Route 66, Tire Fix, and Dark Side Roast, I love their flavors such as Bob Slitter's Brew, Charming Chocolate Cherry, and Happily Never After. To me, their coffees are never bitter, and I enjoyed every flavor I've ever tried. And did you know that Expedition Roasters also carries some of their flavors in decaf? They're perfect for that afternoon cup. You also have to check out their different teas as well, which are great hot or iced. Behind Ears podcast listeners have 2 different coupon codes that you can use as well for when you stock up. Use EARS20 for 20% off that first order. Returning customers can use EARS10 for 10% off subsequent orders as well. When you're ready to enjoy the best in pop culture inspired coffee and teas, check out expeditionroasters.com. Are you looking for a travel agent who has over 20 years of experience to take care of your Walt Disney World vacation, or your Disneyland vacation, or your Disney Cruise Line vacation, or even those non-Disney vacations? Contact Mickey Adventures by Brandy. Her services are fee-free, and she can take care of all the details for you. You know, things like ADRs and fast passes for you as well. Mention the show and get a Disney gift card if you book a 3-night or longer Disney vacation with park tickets with her. Contact Brandy at mickeyadventures.com. That's Brandi at mickeyadventures.com, or give her a call at 774-400-3541. To you live from our studios on the East Coast and in the Midwest, it's the Behind Ears podcast, because everybody does Disney differently.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears podcast. I am Uncle Danny. That is Mr. Chris. We go live every Monday and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Facebook and or YouTube. You can catch all our podcasts anywhere a podcast is caught. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, and you can always email us at behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. With that being said, we can no longer call it a Friday Eve since it's not Thursday anymore. So we'll call it the middle of the week. Happy Hump Day. We're so close to Friday. How's everybody doing?
Middle of the week mayhem. Middle of the week meetup.
Okay.
Middle of the week
mashup.
Mashup. That's what
like
I have.
Monster Mash. Tomorrow's Halloween, but I guess that would only work in October.
And only Wednesday before Halloween.
That's true.
But that brings on a good question. You're a homeowner now. That means you're going to get little ghosts and goblins and people dressed as Elsa knocking on your door. You hope you're prepared for the candy.
We have torrential rain tomorrow all day.
So was your community one of those communities that decided that they want to move it to Saturday or something like that?
Yes. The town next to us moved it to Saturday. There's been no update on our town. And for some reason, I requested off tomorrow. So I'm off tomorrow. So
did you forget that you requested off?
Well, we requested because our year runs, June to May. And I bid in March. So this upcoming March, I will be bidding for my wedding in December of 2020.
Oh.
See, so they give, I have 3 weeks. I have a total of like almost 5 weeks off in a year when you put everything together. So I start throwing days here and there. And for whatever reason, I was like, I want Halloween off, probably thinking it was a Friday, like a dummy. It's really a Thursday, but I'll take a day off.
So do you have to work Friday?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh gosh, that whole having a break in the middle of the week, I don't know if that's good or bad. Some people will probably say, "Oh, that's great." I'm like,
I'll still be. I told Lindsay I'll still be up at 5:30 in the morning, wide awake.
It's one of those things. Well, for us, we're supposed to get snow.
Really, I'd rather snow than rain, though. It's supposed to be 70 here tomorrow.
We're right on that line. We may get snow or rain or ice. Yeah, but it's ruining all of our plans because we usually have a fire pit out on the driveway. And we were going to cook like a jambalaya in Dutch ovens, as well as desserts in Dutch ovens and stuff like that. And it was going to be a big ordeal. And now it can't happen because it's all going to be outside. So we're just going to bring everything in, order some pizza.
There you go.
And we'll probably still have people, even though
you'll salvage the night,
and I don't even know what we're giving out, but what are you thinking about giving out, or what were you planning on giving out, or what are you going to be eating for the next week? I should say
Twix and Reese's.
Ooh, good choices. Good choices. You will not get egged this year at all as a result of the candy choices.
No. And all we got to do is survive tonight. Tonight's mischief night. So we got to survive that, but we should be good. Yeah.
Is that really a thing up by you?
It's where New Jersey's where it originated.
Oh, that's
yeah, it's a big thing for us.
that's a really good. That's a really good thing to be known by. I mean,
yeah, we are the armpit of America.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I mean, what does your license plate say? Does your license plate say anything fun?
No, it's just a bunch of letters.
Oh, so it's not like come here and
no.
Like I wanted to say, Vanadol hope all ye who enter here.
No, we don't even have any Halloween decorations up outside.
We don't either. I don't do Halloween. I don't like Halloween.
We have Halloween and fall in the house, but this house will be rocking for Christmas though.
Oh no.
Yeah.
By your choice or by Lindsay's choice?
Both. We both really, hence why we're having a December wedding. Danny, you consider Lacey? No, I'm Barnegat. I'm actually right on the border of Barnegat and Waretown. I live right on the border.
Yeah, I like what Lindsay says. That's actually funny. It's like hide your wives, hide your kids, hide your pumpkins. They're gonna get smashed.
Yep, it's gonna be bad.
Oh man. So yeah, I don't know what we're giving out, but
I think I'm gonna go like saran wrap Lindsay's car tonight, just in case the kids in this neighborhood are a bunch of sillies and they don't want to do anything.
No,
keep her on her toes.
It's to deflect it, because if you do it before they do,
they'll
just get your house.
Yeah, that's true.
If you just put a little toilet paper outside on the front bushes, like, oh, someone already hit it and they did a crap job, but we'll just go to the next house.
Yeah. Start egging my own house.
Her car. Oh yeah, that's a way to win friends and influence people.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that, like, just don't do anything to the windshield by accident, because it's not like you hit the wipers, like
just smear it on.
Well, speaking of mischief, so two things are, and they're both kind of follow-ups. So all of a sudden, I started seeing across a number of Disney Facebook groups, people are just now starting to ask the question, what do I need to stream Disney Plus? And these are people who have already paid for it, either 2 or 3 years prepaid. Now, I'm saying this with love and humor and with all due respect, but don't you think you should have figured that out before you actually put money down on a service type of thing?
But you could stream it on anything, can't you?
Not necessarily, because a lot of people, including people over at the WDW community page, we're talking about the lack of Fire Stick support, or I should say Amazon Fire TV support in general, not just Fire Stick.
Okay.
So that's one thing. And I have a couple different Fire Sticks myself. I enjoy using my Fire Stick. But you can do it on a Roku, basically Chromecast type devices, Apple TV, PS4, Xbox, because they'll have clients that you get to download. I guess it was like Android enabled Sony TVs. There was not a single Samsung TV mentioned, which is a big player in the smart TV market.
Really? Because that's all I have in the house is Samsung TVs.
Yeah. And people were like kind of wondering, gee, is something going to just magically pop up? And I'm like, nope, this is what you need. And people have been getting really, really upset.
So can you watch it from like a phone or a tablet or something, a laptop?
Phone, actually anything that's like, iPod, iPhone.
So you can basically mirror it to your TV if you've got a Samsung.
If you have that type of capability, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mirror a lot of stuff? Because I don't, so I don't know how well it comes across.
I used to mirror my laptop to my TV when I was in college, just so I can read on a 60-inch TV instead of a 20-inch laptop. Yeah, movie-wise, no. Anything like fast action, it gets a little grainy. But anything still, like if you wanted to, because we have smart TVs, but I don't like using it. I will just mirror off my phone, and it's not bad, except when you go to scroll real quick and you fly up, it gets a little grainy here and there. But I mean, my TVs are 3-4 years old now, so I mean, that's not old, but at the same time, for technology wise in the TV, yeah, they're old.
Yeah.
And I actually have a brand new Sony downstairs. I've never really messed with that though.
You see, that might, emphasis on the might, be compatible. But right now, what I've been telling people is say, hey, listen, grab a Roku stick. If you can wait just a little bit afterwards, Black Friday, usually you can get them 50% off with free shipping over at the Roku site, roku.com. That's usually if I need one, I'll usually get one then. I bought their nice and top of the line Roku Ultra last year, and boy, was it nice, very quick, responsive, and everything else. Didn't last long because I ended up having to give it to my daughter because one of her streaming devices decided to bite the bullet. I'm like, oh, okay, here.
I just can't believe it's not universal.
No, because it's client based. It's kind of like if you wanted to download like HBO Now or
but that's just an app though.
Right, but you have to have these people develop the apps for the different platforms. So every one of these different devices is a different platform.
Okay.
So that's why like you can do like Google Play if you have an Android phone. Obviously, you can go to the App Store for anything that's a part of the Apple universe, and you can watch it from your computer, which no one really does. I mean, most people are going to watch it from a mobile device of some sort. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, what's the best way of putting it? I would not assume that if you have a smart TV that you're going to be able to just download something. Be prepared for it. I mean, you're kind of doing this as a public service announcement because, I mean, even Albert is sitting here saying, hey, I have a LG smart TV and a Fire Stick. I'm wondering if you need to switch to a Roku. I am not necessarily saying that you must, but I would probably say that your better bet is to consider it. I'm also going to throw this out. Buy it somewhere that you can take it back if you don't end up needing it. Because here's the deal. You know what's going to happen? November 12th is going to come by. People are going to flame themselves on Facebook beyond belief because they can't get to what they need to get to. And then they're going to need a streaming device. They're going to run to Roku. Those streaming sticks and the cheaper lower end devices are going to go like mad. I mean, there's literally hundreds of thousands of people that probably already pre-ordered for 3 years. They want to watch their Disney Plus stuff. And it's gonna be a big run. I think it's gonna be crazy. So go figure. Did you happen to subscribe? Or are you gonna wait by just one? You're gonna try it out month by month, or just wait until you run out of stuff on Netflix? Or
you know what it is? Like I mean, I pay $200 a month for my cable, phone, and internet.
Yikes!
But we have HBO and all that. I have Hulu and I have Netflix. I'm not really home. enough to justify, the Disney streaming platform. And like, yeah, there's some movies I really want to see, but on most nights, and it's gonna sound terrible coming from a Disney podcaster, I don't want to sit down and watch Bambi. I want to put on HBO and watch The Sopranos, or watch Breaking Bad, things along that nature. The price also scared me off too.
$6 a month.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
No,
it's only 6.
It's 6. I mean, it's very reasonable, and I think a lot of people, and this may be what you will end up doing. You'll probably be one of those people that will watch it for certain things, and then after a month, drop it.
Yeah, and then when I want it back, I was even thinking like when you're traveling or something, like that'd be, between Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, and having this, have it for a month, watch what you want, and then ditch it, come back when come and go as you please.
Yeah, it's been streaming, and a lot of people do. Well, what do you use Hulu for that you don't get from your cable provider?
I watch Hulu on my lunch breaks at work on my phone.
Oh, okay. So you got it for the portability factor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see that. Do you have it with or without commercials?
I have it with commercials.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah.
And
but I'll tell you what, I really don't use it that much because you know what? I forgot another big one. I honestly could probably drop Hulu and save myself because I've got Amazon Prime, and I watch a lot of Prime Video. Right now, we're binge watching House.
Don't talk to my wife or son.
I love House.
They've already gone through every last one of them. They're actually started over type of thing.
Yep.
I don't laugh. Don't laugh. Seriously, don't laugh. I started getting into anime.
Okay. Never could, but okay.
I have no idea. I just wanted to try something different. Netflix has a great selection. I'm like, I'll try this.
Yeah.
Complete randomness. And I just finished up a series. I'm at the very end. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It was actually,
we all have guilty pleasures. Yeah. Here, so you don't feel as embarrassed. I love the Gilmore Girls.
Okay. That has a pretty good cult following to it. Very much like Friends.
Oh, don't get me started on Friends. Me and Lindsay sleep to Friends every night. Nickelodeon has it on. And when we go to bed, Nickelodeon goes on and Friends comes on. And then Two Broke Girls comes on about 1 a.m. sometimes when I wake up. I'm like, ooh, I like this show too. I like sitcoms. I'm a huge sitcom person.
I will say that Mary, I'll give credit where credit is due. Mary got me hooked on Bosch as well. That's a really good Prime original program. I really started liking it. I think I got through the first season a little bit into the second season before like all the regular season stuff started coming back. I'm really looking forward to continuing that. So,
and I know it's not a Disney topic, but sometimes some shows you just need conversations like this. But with what Prime Video and Netflix are doing with the originals now, they're making it where you don't need cable.
No, you don't need cable TV. You really don't.
Outside, if you're a sports fan and you don't want to stream it, that's where it comes in. I mean, eventually you're not going to have to, but like outside of sporting events, like Lindsay watches Say Yes to Dress and all those Under the Cabin Boat, whatever it is, things along. I don't know. I watch ESPN a lot, so like there are certain things where I'm like, I always will need cable until they offer something else. Yeah. But the fear is now everybody has their own streaming platform. So, if you want an NBC, you want CBS, you want ESPN, you want Disney, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, you could be getting up to what a cable bill costs, though.
Oh, well, I think for us, I was paying $130 a month for satellite.
Okay.
And I think right now my total costs for the subscription stuff I have is probably $35. Now, Disney Plus is going to make that go up by $5 a month because I did do 2 years. I did 2 years. I didn't do 3 only because, well, I didn't have the money. Quite simply. I was able to swing 120. I wasn't able to swing 170 or 160 or whatever it is. And so the thing is, like, you make a good point in regards to the whole sports thing. I mean, ESPN, I mean, it's a good set of channels. A lot of sports, Disney owned, might add. So you could call that still a Disney part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that there are services that will have it, going or have different sports channels going forward. And you can use Disney Plus to supplement what you want to do. In fact, I kind of made the comment the other day, or maybe earlier today. Days are running into each other. I think Disney Plus is going to end up being probably a replacement for the Disney Channel itself as a broadcast type cable station. Granted, I don't know. It's not even me speculating. That's just something that could possibly happen if it's going to be as popular as it is, especially if it's going to have the wide range of programming that's going to have. I mean, even Brian put up earlier today another original type of thing, program that is going to have that just looks absolutely good. Now, it's a documentary-ish type of thing. Not everybody likes documentaries. I like limited number of documentaries.
I like history ones.
History ones are always cool, especially
anything with war.
Oh, so you're definitely into what is it, History Channel? And
yeah,
there was another
Discovery Channel is a good channel too. I don't like the Nat Geo Wild. I don't like that stuff.
No,
I get bored watching the gazelle for like 40 minutes, not do anything.
in the bush is the gazelle.
No, man. Let me see things blow up.
Watch the gazelle look up. The gazelle takes a bite of food.
He is sunbathing.
What there was, it was the Military Channel. It's another channel run by the Discovery Networks, and it's all military all the time, and it's things like that. But the Disney Channel, if they're going to have that stuff on Disney Plus, you're going to have so much extra content. You're not even going to worry about it. Dude, they're even talking about having a Lizzie McGuire reunion type of program.
I still love that show.
Yeah. It's my daughter used to watch it. So you know what? There was one thing about Disney Channel programming that was actually good back in the 90s, is it was stuff that I didn't mind sitting there watching with my kids.
Oh my God. My favorite movie, Brink. You don't remember? Do you ever watch Brink?
That was the one. Is that the skateboarding?
The rollerblading.
Yeah.
Sippin' Suds or something was the name. I love that movie.
Suds.
It was like the dog grooming place. So here's a legitimate question.
Okay.
Does the app crash day one?
It's kind of funny. So there was another conversation I saw earlier about people were wondering when the app was going to be released, first and foremost, for people to actually download. People were automatically ripping on, Disney IT's department for stuff like that. Well, first off, I personally think that the distribution of the app is going to be spread out over multiple platforms. Like PlayStation Network is going to have their thing. The Xbox Network is going to have their thing. Roku is going to do their thing. Google and Apple are going to do their things. So the load's going to be spread out. That's one thing. Do I think the app is going to crash? Are you looking for a prediction?
Yeah, I say it does. I think it's going to be an influx of people way too fast for the servers.
I think it's going to be slow. I think at one time it's going to be during different times of the day. During business hours, I don't think it's going to have a problem. Your biggest problem is going to be your local time zone, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then 3 p.m. to 10 p.m.
When kids get out of school.
Yeah. And that first day, everybody is just going to be scrolling through the menu.
Trying to see what's there. Yeah.
Yeah. That most people will not watch a single program all the way through that first day. No, they're going to go through and try to say, oh, what's the original stuff? Oh, what's the movies I want to do? Oh, what else can I do? Doesn't, this, that, and the other. I think cable companies are going to have a run for their money because all of a sudden they're going to see just huge uptick of traffic on their networks to one single location or wherever their servers are, but in essence, all going to Disney. That I think is going to be fun to watch.
You think it's going to be that many people where the TV networks feel feel a hit in ratings for the day?
That's a good question because, well, you know what? Here's the better answer to that. Will the World Series still be on, and will it be on Tuesday?
No.
No?
Tonight or tomorrow's Game 7.
Oh, okay. I haven't been
Yeah.
paying attention to the.
When does this release?
Tuesday. No, Tuesday the 12th. Okay, that's right. What am I thinking? I'm thinking it's next Tuesday. Oh gosh.
Yeah, no. World Series over Tuesday. The only thing you're competing with sport-wise on a Tuesday would be basketball and hockey. Two of the least watched sports on TV, so ratings-wise.
Well, it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, I can see it being slow. I'm still tonight's Game 7. Thank you. I'm gonna still say it crashes. For a short period of time, you're probably gonna see a Woody or something up on the screen that says, "Howdy, folks. We're experiencing difficulties."
I don't think it's going to crash. I think it's going to slow. I think it's going to get really slow.
I think that betting man put it. I had to put money on it. I would say it'd be extremely slow. But if to be on the more aggressive side, I'm going to say there's going to be a period of time of a crash.
And John actually makes a comment. He's like, all apps start off with bugs and need fixes. It'll take time to work them out. And not just from an app perspective, but from a back end perspective. But keep in mind something. Disney has already been doing something out in the UK that isn't as detailed or all inclusive as Disney Plus. So the fact is that they do have an idea of what it takes to deal with a streamed network. So there is something to be said. They're not just going into this blind. They're not going into this. They're not going into this without having an idea of what they're going to be up against. Yeah. I will tell you this. I will say this. If it doesn't go well, that the Facebook Disney universe is going to have a field day.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy.
No, it's not. They're not going to be happy. Well, I'm going to go ahead and as I said, I've already subscribed to it.
Well, do you know, is there a release time?
I would be surprised if you could not get it sometime early in the morning on that Tuesday. When I mean early in the morning, like before you and I even think about getting up.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it actually isn't running on Monday, but I'm sure they will not officially say anything. If as soon as you can download the app, I bet you any money you'll be able to at least see a menu. I don't know, but the thing is, you're going to have.
The smart thing to do would be release it on Monday.
I'm sorry.
The smart thing to do would be release it on Monday.
I think they should actually have the app available over the weekend.
And think about it. I mean, this is all done. Like you're telling me, they can't still be working on it a week and a half out.
No,
they're probably fine tuning it.
They're sitting there, but even if they're beta testing it, it's been the best kept beta test secret ever because no one has said anything about it.
Yeah, they probably signed.
Yeah, I mean, cast members don't even know anything about it yet. So, but let's talk about another thing because I know I'm gonna get it. I may very well go live sometime on that Tuesday as a little special thing just to kind of go through the menu and see what's there and see how it's running, kind of a play-by-play. But let's, the other day we talked about fuel rods and the next day, now someone's talking class action lawsuit.
About what?
That they are changing the term of service and everything else like that. And, being that they're going to, start charging for swaps and so on and so forth. So there is a class action lawsuit that's being filed in California over the whole thing.
Surprise.
I'm like thinking to myself, come on, really? I mean, seriously? But I've heard a few different things. Someone posted something from their customer service saying that, you might be able, like if you send it back, they'll give you a refund for the whole thing. Okay. Okay. But I don't know if that's going to be widely available. I don't know. So don't quote me on it. Don't hold me to it.
People will sue for anything. I mean, didn't a couple sue Subway because they found out that their foot long really wasn't a foot long? It was like 11 inches, like a little over 11 inches. and not the full foot long. I mean,
I recall something.
yeah, I mean, think about it. Now everything, think about it. When you look at an iron in a hotel room, it says this object gets hot, please do not touch. It's because somebody touched it and sued. Hence coffee cups when the lady spilled a hot cup of coffee on her.
That rings
Oh,
right
my
up
coffee was too hot. You would be the same lady that would complain your coffee's too cold.
It rings up there with the jar of peanuts that says warning contains peanuts.
Yeah, like it's
Did you ever notice that? Look at a bottle of peanuts.
Yeah.
Of your favorite brand of peanuts. Warning contains peanuts.
I would never have known.
Only thing I don't know is I'll have to take a look at this to see if milk contains warning. Warning contains milk.
Might have dairy.
Might have dairy. Well, the funny part about it is even a coffee creamer contains a milk derivative.
Ooh. That's why
what's a milk derivative? But yeah, so that's the one thing that's going down the pipe. I'm like, come on, people. I mean, again, this is one of those pieces of outrage that the internet has kind of put into play, and I get it. Some people, could be upset. You know what? Contact customer service. See what they'll do for you. I mean, if they end up giving it back to you, or you send it back to them. I mean, they supposedly were going to send this person a little return kit of sorts, and they were going to get something back for it. I'm like, okay, if you're really upset over terms of service, I don't think you can actually do any better. But
that's a lot of money out of that company because that's a lithium battery.
It is a lithium battery.
So, have fun with those airlines. Those are
yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying one or two. I'm saying
no.
All of a sudden you got a lot.
Yeah, that's actually, it's like I can't remember, but there's a certain number of individualized pieces that you actually have to treat them as hazardous waste. Yeah, type of thing, and that's for shipping purposes. I mean, I know you definitely understand that because
they make things go boom.
Yeah, if you accidentally touch contacts together in the wrong way and they get hot. Yeah, they spit out these cool little, really orange flames.
They're very hot. There's a warning label. You just can't see it.
Yeah, and it's one of those cases where we're not saying that fuel rods do that. Don't get us wrong. Us, but we're just talking lithium batteries in general. It's like
I mean, remember when the Note 8 came out and they had to discontinue the phone because they were melting. They were They were catching on fire in planes. It's
Yeah,
battery is tough to handle.
There's a reason why the battery packs say something to the extent of, do not throw in fire. I've always wanted to do it, though. I'm going to be really honest. I've always wanted
to see what happens.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what will happen if I do this? It's like if you got a really hot fire and you take an aluminum can and you just toss it in there, it melts to nothing.
You ever throw a Febreze can into a fire pit? It sounds like a very large gun goes off. It is like a full one. I'm not saying like an empty can, like a full, let's go to the store, buy a can of Febreze and throw it in a fire.
I didn't know Febreze came in aerosols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do you have to squeeze when liquid comes out?
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a button one where it's just like a mist comes out of it, but it's a metal can. Same thing, like if you throw it's the same concept of throwing a can of hairspray into a fire.
Yeah, don't do that.
Kaboom.
I mean, and I will admit there have been times where I've I wonder if I take this can of starting fluid.
What happens?
Well, the top broke off of it. There's a whole bunch of fluid in there. What happened?
I didn't need it anymore.
I will tell you this. I have done this before, and everybody don't do this. Seriously. Really hot fire, a little bit of used motor oil, dribble it over the hot fire because it's whoosh. Yeah, you don't want to be cooking your s'mores over that. I'll tell you that right now. I did that one time. My mom was actually sitting by the fire, and yeah,
it's a giraffe on his hat, I think, on the brim of your hat. Yeah, it's a giraffe.
Yes. Why was someone? Oh,
Brandy was asking.
Brandy was wondering.
Okay,
yes,
it's a giraffe.
Yes. It's a giraffe. So yeah, don't do that. I have thrown a lot of stuff in fires before it, and a lot of it was, hey, honey, hold my beer, watch this.
That's
But
what you should label. That's Mary's got it right. What you label the show tonight? What not flammable materials to throw into a fire on BTE tonight?
yeah, because after all, the big thing is you don't want to cook your s'mores after you've done that sort of thing.
No, no, that does not sound tasty.
So when it comes to some of the other interesting things that came on, did you happen to catch a glimpse of the Villains After Hours, Disney Villains After Hours? How it's coming back to the Magic Kingdom next year?
No, I saw some people post some pictures of like their Villains ID thing, I guess from previous parties or whatever the case may have been. I don't know. I don't know if that's a. I mean, I'd really like to look into what they offer, but it just seems like another money grab in that aspect. Like and I'm a Villains guy.
Well, that's what I was wondering, because I know that you are a Villains fan. I didn't know if you have it. I know it probably just came. I think it just came out today, so I didn't know. Oh nope, came out yesterday, but still, I only found out about it today.
I mean, I remember years ago, and they still might do a portion of what they did, but they don't do it the same anymore. During the Halloween parties, they would do like a villain dance party and like, things along that nature, because it was their, their time to shine in the Disney realm. But I don't know, like it's just, I mean, how much is it? Do you have any of the information?
I do. I actually have the info in front of me. It's basically saying $145 if you pre-buy it. If you buy it before the night of the event, $155 at the door. And vacation clubs and APs have a $30 discount. There is no discount for kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and supposedly it's going to be on 24 different nights between February 7th and July 10th of next year. And they say, yes, that's an additional 14 nights. And this is according to Disney Parks blog.
So that's 14 nights now that Magic Kingdom is going to close early.
An additional 14 nights. Because I guess last time they only did it like 10 nights throughout the season. Now it's 24 nights. So yeah, and that's, but now granted, it is, five spread out over 5 months.
Okay.
So they got a stage show. They the Maleficent the Dragon during Creeps Through the Park as a one-of-kind party experience. The night of, I'm sorry,
we'll see if it catches on fire again.
Speaking
of fire, see,
everything's on place here. Dance the Night Away with Cinderella's Castle forecourt stage. You got a DJ. I have to quote this because this just sounds funny. Where a DJ will be spinning some sick beats.
That's what they wrote. Well, that intern should be fired.
I mean yeah, that intern's not going to last too much longer. So they're going to have villain-inspired additions to Pirates of the Caribbean, as well as Space Mountain. Wickedly good food and beverages will be available for purchase. Merch, of course, there's always going to be merch. Then it says, now this is something that I think the intern really needs to really be careful how they say this. Enjoy low wait times and more than 25 attractions and experiences after the park closes to day guests. How many times have you and I seen people express distaste in the fact that like the Halloween party has been kind of packed?
Well, because they were overselling it for so long, and now they've just allowed so many more people into it, and it has grown in popularity, which is always a good thing in business. But it's almost like you almost would rather them raise the price but cut down the amount of tickets. But it's a double-edged sword, because then people would still complain that you raise ticket prices. Patricia brings up an interesting point. There's no meet and greets though.
Didn't you know what?
Trisha, you are right. That is silly. If there's no meet and greets, that's silly.
Stage show, it says spot. Okay. I'm just making sure I didn't miss something, because I was trying not to just read it all verbatim.
Yeah.
But it does not.
That's silly.
Oh, here's the direct answer. I quote, as a reminder, like, I don't know if it was said before, as a reminder, this event does not include character greetings with the villains.
Why? Then what am I paying 145 for? To listen to you play music? You play music in the park anyway. So you're basically you're paying 145 to have less crowds. And for our podcast listeners, there was air quotes there. Less crowds, and you're there at night and you get to see Maleficent.
I mean,
Dragon, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't.
Because, I mean, it doesn't sound like you're bringing out any special characters.
Seriously,
not,
dude.
It doesn't sound like they're, like some of the Moonlight stuff for the DVC members where you guys are getting, some of the rare characters don't come out. They're not saying there's any rare characters, and you can't even.
No characters.
What?
It's like they're saying no characters, no villains. And now, granted,
probably on the stage or something like that, or a parade.
Well, yeah, but no meet and greets. And so, now, does that mean they're not going to have any additional meet and greets? It doesn't specifically state. I'm not going to speculate as such. I'm going to read that as I'm there to see villains. I'm not necessarily there
to ride rides.
Yeah, I'm not going to see Goofy.
Yeah. Mary brings up a good point, though. The lines would be astronomical.
But here's the thing.
But that's what I'm paying for.
Exactly.
I want to see Darkwing Duck. Even though he's really not a villain, but I was
gonna say, where'd you get Darkwing Duck?
Because he's kind of like a darker character. So
he's a darker winged duck, maybe. I mean, I agree with Mary that it would be atrocious lines.
Yeah,
it really would. But at the same time, $145. If you if you buy the tickets before the event, a little bit less if you're a DVC member or AP holder. Dude, that's like after tax and stuff like that. That's like if you're a family of 4, that's $600.
Not uncounting the fact, unless you use that day as your off day, like you would for a Halloween or Christmas party. But then you're still talking about you got hotel for that day, food for that day, possibly a park ticket for that day. Yeah, that's That one day just turns into close to $1,000 day for one day.
Well, the other part to it is that while a person may not necessarily need a ticket for that day, the fact of the matter is you're only going to, let's see, let me double check on the hours. If it says that, it doesn't necessarily say, it says
going to run like the Halloween party.
Well, here's the thing. It says here, event tickets will allow entry as early as 7 p.m., which gives you time to enjoy fireworks before heading off to attractions. And it says here, select complimentary snacks and beverages are also included in the cost of admission.
Okay, so it's like the Halloween party.
Very, very possible. Okay. And it also says, don't forget to show off your sinister side by dressing in attire inspired by your favorite baddie and sharing your experience using #Villains After Hours.
So they literally are just trying to see how long they can extend the Halloween party for.
You got a point. And after you take a couple month break to deal with the Christmas party,
you go right into another party to push it through.
You have January off. I
don't know. That's a little much for me.
That's expensive. I don't care who you are. That's expensive. I mean, it may be a great time, and I know you
to hit the zone.
I mean, you'd be interested because you're a villains person. I'm not a villains person, but you're even saying that it would be, a price point where it's ridiculous. And you got 24 days where that's going to happen, and it's going to go through half of the summer months.
I don't see. There's a lot of things where I can look and say, okay, I kind of value it. Like, for my honeymoon, me and Lindsay want to do Disney, obviously. And I kind of want to work it where we can do one Halloween party, one Christmas party, hoping that the trip will fall into that timeline. That's if we don't do the actual day for the 50th anniversary, which, I mean, outside of some specialty pin, I don't know if I really want to deal with the lines of being actually there for the 50th anniversary. You know what I mean? But, looking at these parties, it's just, what are you offering me? Like, why am I spending $145? Because that's more than an actual day ticket for a fraction of the time. So you can't tell me that popcorn, ice cream, and soda is worth $145, because that's really what it is.
I mean, you got a stage show, you got a dance party, and basically you've got things that you purposely have to plan it out if you're going to do it. Now, interesting thing is, I am going to go back to the last bullet point on the Disney Parks blog entry where it says enjoy low wait times at more than 25 attractions and experiences after park closes. Here's the thing, that's very subjective. The fact is that if they're going to do this very much like the after hours event that was, I think they were charging like $100 a person for that, and they're adding some additional entertainment to plus it, but they're also plussing the price tag on it. Hey, if they limit it to 10,000 people a night, okay, that could be a very nice time if you're into that. But if they're going to treat this like the Halloween party where it is going to be 30 plus thousand, and granted, I know that Disney does not release their numbers. I'm taking some wild guesses. Give me a liberty here, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact is that you kind of look at that and you're like, that's still a heck of a lot of money. It's one of those cases. If it's like Halloween and what people have been saying, I haven't gone to the Halloween party in a number of years, but I still don't see it as I'm not the demographic. I'm definitely not the demographic. I'm not trying to poo-poo the idea, but
but what was the most expensive Halloween ticket this year? Like 125, 129, 130, something like that.
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah, you're still talking about $20 more. But Chris brings up a good point. It goes, not only him and Chad were kind of going back and forth with Mary, and they were talking about it's becoming a lot of grabbing of cash of the sense. And the biggest notion is, but they're closing the park early. So what they're doing is they're double dipping on one day, which, heck, I mean, it's not a bad business plan. If people are willing to pay for it, you do what you got to do. But it's just, I don't know. It seems a little selfish in the sense of like, that's now another 5 months worth of, a couple days a month where now Magic Kingdom is closing early again. I think I would have less of an argument here is if it was in one of the other parks, but your flagship park is consistently closing early for these other parties. Now I get it, where you get the highest ticket price is going to be at Magic Kingdom, not at Epcot or Animal Kingdom or MGM. Your highest ticket price is obviously always going to draw because you have the most attractions and the most iconic park in Magic Kingdom. But it's just, that's tough for me to sit there and swallow that pill.
The thing is, people were already starting to get upset at the idea that, people were there during the day, or even resort guests for that matter, already losing what would traditionally be another
day, full day in the park,
another 3 or 4 hours at a park. I mean, I'm talking about because they're cutting it.
Yeah.
And this is 7 o'clock. Some of the others were 6 o'clock. Normally park days would go until 10. Well, in the summer months, and I'm talking mainly May and June, and now we're talking part of July, you're cutting them out. And normally those park days would take you, to 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. And you might be missing the ability to have extra magic hours in the evening, which I prefer extra magic hours in the evening, to be honest with you.
See, that's my question though, because they said you can watch the fireworks, but they're letting you in the park at 7. So what time does the party start if you're watching 9 o'clock fireworks? Because the summertime, it doesn't get dark till 9-ish.
You're right. Especially, July at the very end.
Yeah. So are you going into the part? Is the party starting at 7? Or is it really going to be like the Halloween party where they let you in at 4, but the party doesn't start till 7? So in the summer months, they let you in at 7, but the party doesn't start until 10. Now, the thing is, a party starts at 10. I call it a party, but the event starts at 10. How long does that event run for? 2 hours? Midnight? Yeah, you're technically getting the 7 to 10, but you're not. That part of it is like a bonus. So really, you got to come to think about it. If you're going because of low lines, you're getting 2 hours. So you are paying $72.50 a person, or somewhere my math might be a couple dollars off, but you're still talking about 70 plus bucks for an hour for 2 hours.
And I'll be honest with you, I think this phrase about event tickets will allow entry as early as 7 p.m., which gives you time to enjoy the fireworks before heading off to the attractions. It doesn't say anything about other non-ticketed guests and being able to enjoy the fireworks, mind you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying it's to enjoy fireworks, before heading off to the attractions. But like you said, fireworks in February and even March may be 8 o'clock, and that might be okay. Obviously in, like you said, June, July, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock before you actually have fireworks, to make it dark enough.
Mary, what do you mean they never have extra magic hours in the evening?
They've
gone away from it as more and more. They've been doing the more early morning, but they still do extra magic hours at night. I mean, we just had some at Epcot while we were there.
Maybe she's thinking about at the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, at Magic. Okay.
Which I think the extra magic hours at Magic Kingdom have been more morning focused. That type of thing. And lately, of course, Hollywood Studios is still going to be up for grabs as to what it's going to be like in February, since of what kind of extra magic hours they're going to have available. And at the same time, with all the different things going on at Epcot, I don't know about you, but extra magic hours at Epcot to me is it's nice, but it's not like, what's the best way of putting it? There's not a lot of excitement.
Well, no, because they closed World Showcase down. So
Sure.
what do you, I mean, now maybe when the new rides open up, but even that, I mean, what are you going to have? You're going to have, I mean, I guess Ratatouille will stay open. I'm going to assume this. All right, here's the best question. Does Frozen stay open for extra magic hours at Epcot?
Say it again.
Does Frozen stay open for the extra magic hours at Epcot?
I guess I don't know because I've never really paid attention.
All right, so let's assume that Frozen and Ratatouille close because it's World Showcase. What's going to be left there? Galaxy of the Guardians, Soarin', Test Track,
Mission Space.
You're useless at night, and you can argue that same thing. Like, actually, that's why anytime extra magic hours at Epcot are useless, even in the morning, because World Showcase doesn't open until 11. So you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I usually you're just dealing with the more thrilling type attractions at Epcot for the early magic hours rather than
you're just trying to bang them out so you could spend the rest of the day in World Showcase.
Basically, and basically the only thing that people try to do for extra magic hours in the evening at Epcot would be probably Soarin' and Test Track. Yeah. Maybe Spaceship Earth, but that's going to be going down sometime in the near future.
And for a while. So, okay. So Mary says Frozen does stay open. So if Frozen stays open, then you're going to assume that Ratatouille will stay open.
I think that's a fair assessment.
I don't know. I just, like Chad says, extra magic hours at night are almost a thing of a past. And it's sad because I used to love extra magic hours at night. It was something cool walking out of Magic Kingdom at 12 at night or 1 a.m. if you really tried to be one of the last guests out.
Or the times they used to say, oh yeah, we're going to close at 2.
Yeah.
And then you have to get up at 6 o'clock because your mom realized,
we can get reservations.
We can get reservations for Cinderella's Castle at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You want to do what?
All right. So wrap up here. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah. One last thing for everybody. So while everybody's here, we have a small running team that has been put into place for basically Give Kids the World's Challenge for Hope, which is a 5K event that's actually at the Village on Saturday, the 9th of September. Or excuse me, 9th of November. We've already been through September. And basically between Chris, who is our on-site guy, as well as Jess and I that are doing it remotely or virtually, as they say, we're going to just try to raise some money by doing some running. Now, the interesting part to this is like one time a year that they actually open up the Village to basically to the public for an event like this. And it's a great event. It's a huge event. And I look forward to seeing some of the things that Chris has to bring to us streamed from that day. And Jess and I are already talking about this on the side. Jess and I are going to try to run it together at our different locations. which actually should be quite interesting.
It's going to be a lot of huffing and puffing coming from everybody's mics.
Hey, listen, I think
Chris is going to be sweating from the heat. You're going to be shivering from the cold.
I'm gonna probably end up doing it from a treadmill. And if the weather's bad by Jess has a treadmill too. So there's a very good chance that Jess and I will be doing it from a treadmill. The interesting part to it is that, yeah, I'm going to admit, I'm out of shape, although I've been trying to debate with my doctor that round is a shape. You know, in essence, we're going to be doing this. Now, if you want to be able to participate as a part of our team, or whether or not you just want to go ahead and make a donation to Give Kids the World for this particular event, information is available over at both our Facebook page, the Binders Podcast Facebook page, as well as the WDW community page. Here's also something else that's cool. If you look carefully at those particular entries, even if you've seen it before, and also if you've already donated, first off, thank you. We also have we threw in some different things in order to basically thank those that are doing this with us. Everybody that makes a donation of $10 or more is going to get a bumper sticker from us. And if you donate $25 or more, you're going to get an entry to win one of 6 awesome custom Behind Yours Podcast coffee mugs with a photo, a Disney related photo that one of us actually took. If you donate $50 or more, you'll get 3 entries for that same batch of mugs. If you are generous, and we hope that you are, and you donate $100 or more, you're going to get a mug. And on top of it, you're also going to get those bumper stickers, all those people who donate type of thing. We're really doing this to raise awareness as well as raise money for Give Kids the World. Danny and I had when I say a wonderful experience there, I mean a wonderful eye-opening experience as to what the village does. And when we saw this, we had a massive chat going on with the admins, and we said, you know what? We're going to do this, and we know it's kind of crazy, and we set the bar, I think, a little bit low. At we want to raise $500, and I think that we can do a lot more than that. I think this community can do more than that as well. If you guys have any questions about this, please let us know. You can contact us again over at our Facebook page or behindyourspodcast@gmail.com. And we will let people know when Jess and I actually plan on doing this duel of runners. And
is it a 5K or?
It's a 5K. Now, granted, if you want to do this as well as a part of the virtual running team, you don't even have to run. You don't have to even walk. You can ride a bike. You can go for a swim. You can walk on a treadmill. You can do whatever you want, basically. If you register basically as a part of our team, not just a donator, but a member of our team, it's my understanding that for your $39 virtual fee, or $35 if you're going to do this on site, you will actually receive a medal that was designed by an alumni that received a wish in the past. And so it's going to be it's a 5K. It doesn't sound like a whole lot to a person like me.
Miles.
Yes, 3.2 miles. So it's going to be really, really cool. And so if you guys,
money so far,
I'm sorry,
have we raised money already?
We have a little over $100.
Nice.
And the nice part is that if you join us as a member of the team, the money that you put in for your registration fees goes directly towards, first off, goes to Give Kids the World directly, but then it also goes towards our goal as well. So we're already 25% plus there, which is really, really awesome. So we thought that, granted, we didn't have the giveaways in the very beginning because Chris and I were trying to go back, and we were kind of going back and forth a little bit about what would be the best way of doing these. And I looked and I thought, you know what? I've got these new bumper stickers that no one else has received, with the exception of Nancy, because she and her family stopped by during their vacation. They stopped by to see me. I gave them swag. It's as simple as that. But we haven't offered them to the public at all. And so we're going to do that. Everybody's going to get one. And then basically the mugs they have some awesome pictures, and it's a combination of pictures that we've all taken over the past year. and Chris has them in hand, and he'll be sending those out. So I just think it's really cool. It's got a great opportunity. So again, if you have any questions, let us know, and we look forward to sweating for a cause, or in my case, just profusely sweating for a cause. And also, if you're part of the WDW community, which we hope you are, I do have a thread out there started about, hey, I need songs for a playlist. Go out there, give me your suggestion. I guarantee you I'm going to play some of it on the air and risking getting a copyright flag from somebody. That's okay. You're going to start shaking your head once you start hearing what's on my running playlist. So that's it. Yay.
All right. With that, take us away.
You heard the show, and we hope you want more. Well, feel free to join us over at our social media platforms. Instagram and our Facebook page can be found at Behind the Ears Podcast. Our webpage is behindtheearspodcast.net, and our email is behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. And our Twitter handle is @BehindTheEarsPC. And come and join the conversation about all things Disney over at the WDW community page. Don't forget to rate and review the show over at iTunes or Apple Podcasts, as it really helps us get the word out about the show. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or the Podbean app. Also, you can listen to us on Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and via Alexa and Google Home.
With that being said, everybody, thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears Podcast. I'm Uncle Danny. That was Mr. Chris. Once again, we go live every Monday and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can catch our podcast anywhere a podcast is caught. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and you can always email us at behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. Trisha would kill me if I didn't mention it. Please join the WDW community Facebook page, and any listener questions, comments, or concerns, you can easily email us at behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. Did I already do that? Why do I feel like I already
You may have. I was flipping through comments.
I don't know. I just got halfway through that, and I was like, sounds like I might have done that already. Well, I hope you all enjoy your trick-or-treating. Go spook some people. Go grab some candy. Don't get, oh my goodness. Watch the sugar high is what I'm getting at. All right, people? That's what I'm saying. So with that being said, tuck your kids in tight, wear your seatbelts, and make sure when you get a piece of candy, children, you say thank you. With that being said, I am Uncle Danny. I will see you all on Monday.
And also, adults, just remember, if you have that cooler outside with adult beverages, make sure that it says adult beverages. I'll just leave that at that. Hey, everybody, thank you a lot. Gosh, neither one of us can do it to save our life tonight. So I think I'm just going to end with that. Hope everybody has an absolutely magical day. Take care.
Boo.